very talented Oklahoma State team. They have stubbed their toe a little bit lately defensively. If they can tighten that up, get the timely hits, Kenny Gajewski thinks that this is a team that can go really far into the postseason. And
as Haley Busby is at first and Chelsea Alexander is out in left field. Underway, game 2 of Bedlam. Sooners at 46-1 on the season. The lone loss to the Texas Longhorns after they started out the year 38-0. And they will turn to the senior transfer, Hope Troutwine, who has given up all of 1 earned run all season. Long Beach State got it back in late February, so nothing given up since.
Fiery rise ball. Hope Troutwine. Kenzie Hansen behind the plate. Jump up, get up the ladder, catch that one.
Hansen gets the start today behind the plate for the Sooners. Right back to Troutwine over to first. 1 down. Jess, how about a closer look at Hope Troutwine?
We talked about the rise ball, and that's what you're going to see a whole lot up in the zone. In fact, she's got a ton of swing and miss with this pitch. She's going to be able to elevate and throw off her curveball. So between the curve and the rise, she gets a ton of swing and miss at the high end of the zone. 117 Ks with a 75 innings pitched. 0.09. Yes, yeah, you're reading that correct. 0.09 ERA. She's going to expand that zone with the rise. The one thing that she is working on and absolutely needs to work on to get to that next level is the off speed.
Well, no, it's ironic because a lot of pitchers that live up in the zone are usually susceptible to the ball that leaves the yard, but not Hope Troutwine. She's been outstanding at keeping runners from touching the dish, whether or not it's by the home run, not leaving the field, or just giving up the timely hit.
Here's Caitlin Carwile, the sophomore out of Purcell, Oklahoma. Had one of their 4 hits last night, went 1 for 3. She has been a real pleasant surprise after hardly playing a year ago, has worked her way into the lineup. 38-10 on the season for the Cowgirls. They got off to a slow start and then went on a tear. And now finishing off with a very difficult schedule to close out their last 3 weeks as Carlisle chases 2 down.
I like the way that Troutwine is going to come underneath the hand, so she's going to be curveball low and inside, and then she's going to go back upstairs with that explosive rise ball. So underneath the hands, low and in with the curve, and then the strikeout pitch is the rise ball up at the eyes.
Here's Amanda Ellish. As you would expect, with the schedule toughening up, some of the numbers have dipped a little bit for the Cowgirls. 3 games with Texas, 2 on the road at Florida State, and now closing out with 3 here against the #1 team in the country. So far, they're 3-3 in those games. After the sweep of Texas, they've now lost 3 in a row. Troutwine gets ahead of Ellis here, 1-2. Miranda, a .365 batter. And trying to bounce back from a bicep tendon injury suffered against Texas. Not yet back to pitching, but back into the batter's box the last couple of games.
She's so quiet in the batter's box. She doesn't even get out of the batter's box. She stays right in there between pitches. Watch her hands, her setup, and because of that, it's allowed her to have success, being able to read pitches.
Waits on it, and right back up the middle. A base hit for Miranda Ellish with a couple out here in the first.
And this is what simplifying, especially with 2 strikes, does. It's not how hard you hit, it's being able to make contact, off-speed pitch. And right here, she just drives it into the ground. It bounces over the head of Hope up the middle. But again, simplification. She's able to pick it up enough to make contact.
And just to your point, I like the way she gets her front foot down early, so she's on time. She's not fooled by the off-speed pitch.
There's Sydney Pennington. The third baseman was batting 7th yesterday, had a hit, moves up to the number 4 spot today for the senior from Sand Springs, Oklahoma. We've talked about trying to win the conference. We've talked about trying to secure a top 8 seed, and now it's time to talk about getting a dub here in Norman. It has not happened in 25 years, including the loss last night. And they are looking for a breakthrough performance to end that drought. 24 games in a row. They did get a win last year up in Stillwater. Sooners still took the series, and then Oklahoma beat Oklahoma State in the Big 12 Tournament Championship game. Both teams ended up advancing to the Women's College World Series. Into the Pennington is outside.
Being around the batting cage, too, as you take a look at the series history you're talking about. Pretty dominant as of late, especially from Oklahoma, but being around the batting cage before the game, these Oklahoma State hitters really trying to see the ball down. They know that they're facing a pitcher that's going to try to come. The big swing and miss is that rise ball. She's going to try to come up in the zone. And it's one thing to plan for that, Smitty. I mean, you can come into the game being like, we're really looking down in the zone, but to have the discipline in the box to look waist high and below. And even if it ends up being a cookie above that, you got to be able to take.
Yeah, identifying spin early and then making that judgment. Is it in the zone or is it above the zone?
2-2 to Sid. Finds another one off.
This is what we've seen with the setup too. Smitty talked about it too, like her coming inside before to lefties, then the rise ball. So right now, coming inside to Pennington, she's gonna go upstairs. She's trying to get her to start getting quick. And as soon as you start thinking quick and opening up, you're more susceptible to swing at the rise ball.
Change up right in front of the off speed.
And I love this call. And this is something that she's got to continue to work on. This has been her best changeup we've seen. Pennington, I mean, she hits that off the top of her bat. Clearly got a piece.
Pennington has been one of the bright spots in the lineup the last couple of weeks, batting over 300.
By Pennington, 9th pitch coming.
Just missed away, 3-2. Territory. And the quest continues for Pennington. And keep the rally going with 2 outs after the base hit from Miranda Elish.
Great at bat. She's backed off the plate now, another probably 3 or 4 inches from where she started.
7 foul balls in this at-bat for Pennington. And puts that one in play and drops it down for a base hit. Elish will hold at second. Back-to-back hits for the Cowgirls and a runner in scoring position.
How about this? I mean, she battles off inside, gets the changeup. Same pitch she hit off the end of her bat. Look at this. She is sold out with her lower half, but she keeps the barrel just long enough in the zone to poke this through the middle. It's 2 hits on 2 changeups so far.
An 11-pitch at-bat, similar to the one Janet Johns had last night for Oklahoma, and that was a trigger for a big inning. Let's see if the Pokes can do the same here. Here's Julia Cottrell.
Yeah, that almost looked like it was an off-speed curveball. She's trying to take something off of it to just get Pennington to swing through it.
Interesting, too, Julia Cottrell was a bit of a sensation on social media yesterday with that cross-legged stance, and she has gone away from it today.
She had it in batting practice prior to the game. Gajewski explaining to us and to Holly Rowe yesterday in game that he hadn't seen it a whole lot, a little bit in batting practice. It was kind of a Happy Gilmore type, you know, crossover, but you see that as a drill for power, but she was starting with her legs crossed as the pitch was coming. It was very different.
Kenzie Hansen out to chat with Troutwine.
By Kenzie Hansen behind the plate. Remember, she hasn't seen a lot of time at catcher. Been injured and in and out of the lineup.
Count to Cottrell. In for a strike. The fifth-year transfer from North Texas, where she was the Conference USA Pitcher of the Year last year. This would be her biggest start of the season. And trying to settle in against the early Oklahoma State threat. And the count now full with 2 outs and 2 on. Runners will get a good jump here. With Ellish out at second, Pennington at first. Cottrell, fly ball, Coleman on the move, over into right center, and she's got it. Couple of base hits, couple left on. Sooners picking up the bats when we come back. Today, set to go against Jada Coleman, leading off here in the bottom of the first for OU, followed by Jocelyn Allo and Tiare Jennings, and in that 4 spot, having the time of her life right now, Grace Lyons. 442 batting average, top 10 in the country for Patty Gasso's club. Home run power throughout the lineup. Jennings hit one last night. The team has hit 121 on the season. They have more home runs than strikeouts as a team. That's the kind of discipline and the kind of power they can unleash. And it's up to Morgan Day to try and keep quiet, the highest scoring team in college softball at close to 10 runs per game. Morgan has looked good her last couple of outings. Smitty, we've had a chance to see her against Texas and Florida State. Hard luck loss to the Seminoles.
Yeah, she looked good in the circle up in Tallahassee. Won game 3 against Texas the week prior to that, and with the injury to Miranda Ellis, she is definitely going to be called on a lot here as the season is winding down and into the postseason.
Coleman, All-American first team last year. Led OU in stolen bases. Will be with the U.S. national team this summer. And a strikeout for Morgan Day, 1 down.
Morgan Day using all of her pitches. This is that pitch I talked about earlier. She's working that outside corner. It's got a little bit of a screwball. So now she can make that pitch go up. She can make it go out a little bit more, but that is a screwball on the outside corner that catches Coleman watching it.
Assist Julia Cottrell too. She framed that up.
Yeah.
Looked a little off the plate.
Got Coleman looking, and here comes Jocelyn Alo, the all-time home run queen in NCAA softball history. Takes a look at strike one. Last year's National Player of the Year and a top 10 finalist to win it back-to-back. If she did that, she would join, amongst others, former Sooner legend Kaylani Ricketts. Also one of our colleagues, Danielle Laurie. Most recently, Rachel Garcia. There's been one three-time National Player of the Year winner.
Kat Osterman.
You pitchers stick together. 1-1 to Alo. Wanted to pop it up. Will it stay in? It will not. 1 for 2 yesterday for Jalo. She had an RBI single and an RBI walk. Tremendous eye at the plate. You saw those 25 home runs in the first inning in her career. That's her best inning. Lays off the rise.
Well, and that's what she does so well. She takes, so she's ready to hit on every pitch as it's approaching, and then she reads the ball so pitch so well and just lays off it. Very disciplined swing. Allows that ball to travel deep.
Okay. They will be, in all likelihood, playing here again in the postseason. But this is the senior weekend for Jocelyn and her senior mates. And Alo skies that out into shallow right center, and Carlisle will call for it, 2 down. Lindsay Elam, Jana Johns, Taylon Snow, and the pitcher today, Troutwine, the others honored for this senior weekend here in Norman. And here is Tiare Jennings, a 3-run home run last night. It was her 22nd of the season, 67 runs batted in. That's 6th best in the country heading into the weekend.
And that's what's so impressive about this Sooner lineup is that you get through Jocelyn Alo, and then you still have to face Jennings, who is 1 less home run, has great power numbers. And just power after power, they protect themselves.
She also has a ton of trust in her ability to go opposite field. So she's not afraid to let that ball travel. She knows that, like she did yesterday, her home run to right field, she doesn't need to get ahead.
And to your point, Jess, is that, you know, this Oklahoma team is very good at letting that ball travel, stepping open, and still keeping their hands inside the ball and spraying, especially the righties, spraying the ball middle right. And it's hard to pitch around that.
And Jennings draws a 2-out walk. So the first 3 Sooner batters all go to 3-2 counts. Coleman strikes out, Alo flies out, and Jennings draws the walk, and here comes Grace Lyons. Senior out of Peoria, Arizona, last year's Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. Gotta believe she would be the front runner again this season. She is one of the 10 finalists for Player of the Year, along with Alo and Jordy Ball, the freshman pitcher who got the win yesterday in Game 1 for OU.
That's the call that Morgan Day has been waiting for. That glove side away to righties. She's been hitting right there on the corner, a little kind of right below the letters. Hasn't gotten the call until then.
Transfer from Illinois State. Both these clubs have done outstanding work in the transfer portal. All Missouri Valley Conference selection last year. Her strikeout to walk ratio is terrific. It's 8-1, so that walk a rarity. Into foul territory for Grace. She had a 6-game hit streak snapped last night, went 0 for 3. But in the last 8 games, 7 runs scored, 7 runs batted in. One-two pitch from Day.
That's a rarity. Grace Lyons up and in. Not a strike at all, but you see it there. It's hard to not unleash. Good job so far. Morgan Day really locating her spots.
Lyons grounds to Naomi at short. She'll go across the way to first. Home, so here comes 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Cheyenne Factor to face the starting pitcher, Hope Troutwine. Factor, the senior from Yukon, Oklahoma. One of the leaders of this team. Had a hit yesterday, went 1 for 2. See if they get a little bunt too. They were able to stave off the run rule twice yesterday. Scored a late run, kind of fought through it.
Well,
And forced it into the 7th inning.
yeah, and to your point, Beth, if you go back and you look at the game, in the 3rd and the 4th, they gave Oklahoma 4 outs in those innings. If they just tighten up those defensive miscues, it's a completely different game. And,
Oh, totally.
you know, so Oklahoma State has to have some confidence coming in, saying, hey, we can hang with Oklahoma. We just have to be a little sharper.
Yeah, we talked about the tough competition of late. The last 6 games, 5 errors committed by a team that 2 weeks ago had the best fielding percentage in the country. As Factor draws the leadoff walk, third base runner already of the ball game.
Good job early on, too, from Oklahoma State. They're getting into good hitters' counts every at-bat. Taking a lot of the pitches that are out of the zone. 4 straight balls. And that was the 3rd straight 3-ball count.
I'll bring up Bree Evans. Freshman out of Red Oak, Texas, 0 for 2 in Game 1 last night. Thinking about the sacrifice. Looking for ways, Michelle, to stir up the offense. Over the last 6 games, just 3 hits per game and just 1 run per game, averaging.
Well, they faced some good arms, but still, you know, Kenny Gajewski has said, hey, we have to be better. We've got to figure this out. We have to, you know, work into better counts. We need to hit better situationally.
6 straight balls now from Hope Troutwine to start off this inning. And 4 of them have been non-competitive, meaning out of the hand as a hitter, you're like, that's not even close. It's going to be way out of the zone. Jen Rocha, nice job calling timeout, kind of finding out what's going on. What are we calling that's not working for you? What do you feel?
Rocha works with the pitchers. JT Gasso works with the hitters. For Oklahoma State, it's John Bardfelt and Jeff Cottrell assisting Kenny Gajewski. course, one of the fun subplots here, Kenny started on the baseball team at Oklahoma, won a national championship back in 1994. He actually worked here on the grounds crew during the 2000 national championship softball season. Johns makes the play at third. Good sacrifice for Evans as Factor goes to second. Job well done by Bree, and for the second straight inning, a runner in scoring position. And here come the two newcomers to the lineup. They didn't play yesterday. Haley Busby and Chelsea Alexander in the 8 and 9 spots in the order. Busby 235 on the season with 4 home runs. Last year, she was a 376 hitter with 19 home runs. I'd love for her to rediscover that down the stretch. Infield pop Jones, 2 down. It's the 26th season of the WNBA, and it's getting underway this weekend. Tomorrow on ESPN and the app. You got the Sun and the Liberty. Our coverage begins at 6 Eastern. Brand new season of the WNBA. Candace Parker and Chicago, your defending champions. Chelsea Alexander starting out in left field tonight. Ada, Oklahoma. Oh, and the catch made behind the plate. Going to make sure the count is right because they had cleared the scoreboard. One and two, the count. Lions at short over to first, in time to get her for the third out. Second inning in a row. That's more than every other team in the country except for Wichita State. The Shockers are bopping it too.
Yeah, the Shockers can
And Addison
dig the long
Barnard,
ball. Yeah.
he's the leader right now with 30 in the country. Brito will pick up out of the portal. Former All-Pac-12 shortstop at the University of Oregon. Where, of course, former longtime Sooner assistant Missy Lombardi is the head coach. Sophomore out of Tustin, California. Hits for average, 375. Hits for power with the 13 long balls. 5, 6, and 7 here in the lineup to face Morgan Bay. Brito trying to drop that one over the top of the first baseman, Busby, and does. Lead off for Alyssa. Yeah, the first hit for AU.
Well, this is exactly what Brito did yesterday as well. She takes a pitch and just insides it out. Look at the way this pitch is going to be up and inside, and just the way that her barrel comes through. She drives it the opposite way. This Oklahoma team so good at letting that ball travel in, and they strike the inner half of the ball, driving it the opposite way. Leadoff hit for Brito.
Second base runner for the Sooners, and here's Talon Snow. Makes the start again at first base. Brito and Snow both moving up a spot in the lineup today. Talon scored a run yesterday. Another one of the transfer pickups, now in her third year here at Oklahoma after starting out her career at Auburn. You may recall Talon, she was the picture of toughness last year at the World Series, playing with that finger that was crooked in a couple of different directions after a slide into third base. Played through it.
Taped it up, came right back
Yeah.
out.
The Sooners win their 5th national championship. Tried to check. And called strike 3. Second for Day. Excuse me, a swinging strike 3.
See if she goes. She does. Great call. Got that split grip. Couldn't hold up.
Here's Janet John stepping in. Both strikeouts for Day on that screwball. There may be a lot more on Day with still the uncertainty around whether or not Miranda Elish can pitch again this year with the bicep injury. Morgan would move up into the 2 slot in the rotation behind Kelly Maxwell.
Frustrations continue, too, from Morgan Day. That outside part of the plate that she's not getting the call from. You gotta understand with Oklahoma, you can't bring it any more over the plate. They're gonna hit it out of the park. So she understands how precise she's gotta be. That's the 5th pitch that we've seen that's pretty close that she hasn't gotten the call that she wants.
Jones out in front. Two to Johns. She was the Raleigh starter last night with a 12-pitch at-bat. Ended up lacing a single up the middle. Came in to score the first run of the night. And their 7-1 win. Seen a ton of cowgirl pitches. All 3 of her at-bats last night were 3-2 counts. Fouling off 3 in a row here.
See if they come back inside at the screwball. We haven't seen it against Janet Johns. Everything been away, up in the zone. Screwball's been the strikeout pitch early on for Morgan Day.
And that hits her. That'll bet Brito into scoring position.
So she did try to come in with the screwball. The problem is you don't have a whole lot of room with these Oklahoma hitters, and right off the kneecap. So you don't want to miss over the plate. You miss anywhere. It's got to be further in.
Kinsey Hansen, starting catcher tonight, 274 on the season, 7 home runs, 22 runs batted in. Looking for something to break out of a slump, just 1 hit in her last 10 games. Trying to come back from an injury. Came on as a pinch hitter last night, was 0 for 1. Kinsey, the junior out of Norco, California. She too will be playing with the U.S. national team over the summer. There are 3 major tournaments and quite a few collegians that will be joining the national team. In fact, 5 from both these teams, 4 Sooners and Kelly Maxwell from OSU. And the count goes to 3-0.
Morgan Day wants these 2 batters. You do not want to roll it back up to the top. And Jada Coleman, right now it's Kinsey Hansen, Riley Boone from the left side, short game.
She needs to try to induce a ground ball if possible. Infield is deep.
Kinsey Hansen trying to break out in a big way. No better spot than now. Trying to get back into this lineup after a lot of injuries.
Here's the 3-1 pitch from Day. Just fire outside the line.
Unleashes on that screwball that was left a little over the plate. At least an RBI there.
Another full count. 2 on with 1 out for Hansen. That one will stay in play. Pennington stepping on the bag, throwing over to first, and Hansen beats it out. But they get the lead runner, Brito, 2 down.
You had to be perfect on this one to get the double play, but as soon as it was hit, I was thinking 2.
Yeah.
Sydney Pennington hit to her pretty good. Took just a second, like a beat too long. Good job on Kinsey Hansen just to barely beat it out.
The number 9 hitter, Riley Boone. 0 for 3 in game 1 last night. Both sides have had chances here these first couple of innings, looking for the clutch swing. Riley on the season, 429 WISP. Falls behind here, 0-2. Reach outside the zone, 1-2. get into the bullpen.
Closer to that plate. Everything's been away so far. That screwball trying to get her to reach.
That back foot right in the back corner.
Didn't start there. Now she's scooting. She sees the plan. She's kind of got that. I'm going to waste this one away. Foul ball down.
She's touching 2 chalk lines there. Another 2-strike pitch. That's another one off.
She's also 2 strikes now, just 3/4 swing. And this is where, because she can slap in short game, she's got great hand-eye coordination. So now 2 strikes, she can just shorten up. All she's trying to do right now, poke something through on the left side.
Maxwell trying to get something by her. 2-2.
This is where Morgan Day could come with that cutter, that curveball, just in on the hands. So everything has been middle away, but you got to be perfect if you're going to go in there.
Yeah, got to give a different look.
Another full count.
I still like the location though, because most likely she'll go back away with the screwball. But just that little bit could help back the hitter off the plate enough.
This is the 6th 3-ball count already through the first couple of innings. And the foul ball fest continues. Both sides, the batters have been able to put the pitches they don't like out of play.
Yeah, it's finding that out pitch for both these pitchers.
Haven't seen an off speed yet.
Boom, to Naomi at short, gloves it, side, reads high. Now their RPI is at 8. That would put them in the discussion to host a regional and a super regional. If you're a Cowgirl fan, you would love to be in a fight with ASU, Northwestern, or Texas. You have head-to-head wins against them. You do not want to have a discussion with Washington or Duke. You have head-to-head losses to them. Janet John snags the 3rd, 1 out. As Naomi has retired, back to the top of the order here. Here's the other thing to remember, too, with the Cowgirls and the Longhorns. Another piece of criteria is if you have a bad loss. That is to a team with a sub-100 RPI. Their loss to UT Arlington is a bad loss. Texas also has one. They are the only teams in the top 20 that have that little blip on the radar, and you hope that doesn't need to come up in any selection committee conversation.
Yeah, it hopes that. You beat the #1 team in the country.
This would be a huge get.
Yeah.
And
Kind of
Texas has that on the resume.
puts the bad loss to rest.
0-2 here for Hope Troutwine, Caitlin Carwile, and then Miranda Ellis on deck.
The only strikeout for Troutwine has been Carlisle. Got her on the rise ball.
Called strike 3. Second for Troutwine, 2 down.
A pitch on the outside corner. Going to work that screwball away. Very similar spin to the rise ball that Carwile had been chasing up in the zone. See, just locates that on the outside corner. Good hold by Kinzie Hansen.
So both strikeouts for Troutline to Carwad. And here comes Miranda Elish, a single, and then got to second base in the first inning. They have had a runner in scoring position in both innings so far.
And you can really see how Miranda Elish is going to get that front foot down so that she's steadies her eyes, can really pick up change in velocity, rotation of the ball.
Into to Elish.
Good hold. She wanted it. That's what also helps being more quiet. When you don't have a ton of moving parts, you're able to stop them when you need the train's going. Hold it up a little easier.
And another called strike three. At a 1-2-3 inning for Hope Troutline. Beth Mullins, Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith with you here at Marita Hines Field. To the bottom of the third we go, scoreless. Sooners and Pokes in our top 10 showdown. And speaking of top, it's back to the top of the lineup. Coleman, Allo, and Jennings due up. And their second look at Morgan Day. Day struck out Jada her first time up. Two-way to Coleman. As you can tell by the pitch count, now up to 55. It has been a challenge for Day to find the strike zone that this home plate umpire likes.
If you're not getting the corners, it's one of the toughest things when they put you in a lineup like this is you can't throw it over the right. You got to live on the corners.
This is already the 7th three-ball count of the evening. Coleman with the leadoff walk. Second inning in a row for the Sooners, and here comes Allo. Jala will also be spending time with the U.S. national team this summer. She was the first draft pick in the Athletes Unlimited draft for this summer. A little pro ball.
I love that there's options for a lot of these ladies. U.S. team, pro ball, Japan.
And really embracing a quest for history. You know, they were considered one of the best teams in history a year ago. They are on pace to be a part of that discussion again. If you can win back-to-back natties, that's a good thing. And there's a base knock for Allo. Coleman running the whole way. Will head to third, and Allo will follow down to second. Two in scoring position with nobody out for Jennings.
Beauty of this is just how hard Jocelyn Allo hits this. Something that Oklahoma works on. Exit velocity. They've got the two TrackMan cameras right behind home plate, and no one has hit it harder than Jocelyn Allo. Not a surprise because of the home runs, but the thing that was pointed out to me pregame was the ground balls. Hits like that will always find their way through because it's over 70 miles an hour off the bat. When you hit over 70 miles an hour off the bat, you hit 800.
Jennings, who had the three-run bomb last night, has a couple on here. First pitch swinging out of play. And it's one of those things that won't show up in the scorebook, but we've talked about this with the OSU defense. The throw doesn't come into second base. You're not going to get the speedy Coleman, and you've just allowed Alo to get into scoring position as well.
Yeah, you got to go through the cut, you know, and give your shortstop the opportunity to try to get the trail runner.
Jennings is all of 565 with runners in scoring position, including this bomb last night.
It's been the third inning. It's been the big one so far in this series, and that's what it was last night in the third, breaking it open. Alo had the big hit to put the first run, and this 3-run home run made it 4-0. Sooners hoping for much of the same here in the third.
Infield is in. Backhanded Naomi comes to the plate. They've got Coleman in a pickle. And the tag will be made, and then Alo left the base. And she's able to scoot back to second. And are they saying Coleman was safe at third?
And Naomi doing a good job of picking this on the backhand. The throw goes to Cottrell, and this is right where you can see Pennington move away. So this is just a lack of communication by Oklahoma State, needing to get an out in this big situation.
At this point, you tag Alo. I mean,
Yes,
Alo, she's right
yes.
there. Both of them on third base, and a chance at a double play.
Scored a fielder's choice. And now the bases are loaded for Grace Lyons. "17 home runs, 51 runs batted in. She is 0 for 4 so far in the series. A walk, a single, and then a fielder's choice has loaded them up. Grace does have a grand slam back on April 1st against UAB. Has already surpassed her home run total from a year ago. She will obliterate her batting average from a year ago and will, if she can knock one in here, match her RBI total from last year. With still plenty of softball left to play.
Morgan Day shaken off. You don't see that very often. Signs coming in from the dugout. She wants one pitch.
Jammed her. Naomi will make the catch it short, 1 out.
How about that? You don't see it. I mean, I actually don't like how the game is always called from the dugout, but I love it if this happens. When Morgan Day recognizes she sees something, she wanted to get in on the hands of Grace Lyons. She shook off. She shook off to the point they called timeout, and she's like, I'm going with my screwball. This is the pitch. Then, Michelle, you know this. You throw it with conviction. I'm going to get you out with this pitch, and it's called by me.
She has shown plenty of moxie. As Morgan Day. Sooners now are 0 for 4 with a runner in scoring position this evening. Alyssa Brito will have a chance. Singled her first time up. Little blooper to the right side.
Oh, there's the changeup. Takes a little off that pitch.
One of the things that Gajewski loved about Morgan Day, you know, when Ellis got injured, she didn't skip a beat. She said, I want the ball. I'm ready. I'm ready to move up. Do what needs to be done. Brito lines out on base hit. Coleman will score, and the Sooners take the lead.
We saw Brito go opposite field in her first hit of the day. This one she's gonna pull. This is a pitch on the inside corner, and she just gets around it, down on time, and drops this right in front of Chelsea Alexander. It's gonna plate the first run of the game for the Sooners.
Kaylin Snow struck out on the screwball her first time up. I guess she is attending the Riley Boone School of Stance and getting that back foot buried right in that back corner. Wants to reach that outside pitch. Here's the 1-0. Wow, and that should have been a strike?
Yeah, that looked close to me. And when when that side of the plate's being taken away, it was difficult. And you can tell the frustration of Morgan Day when she turns around.
Yep. Cowgirls walked in 2 runs yesterday with the bases loaded. Trying to avoid that here. That's in for a strike. 3-0.
Kaylin Snow, she's got that split grip. You can see it as much in the game now. A couple inches in between her 2 hands to kind of focus on the top hand.
Boone lines that one out to Alexander. The runners will have to hold. 2 down.
And that's where that miscue, it's not an error, but you look at your scorecard, you think, boy, the Cowgirls should have been out of the inning.
Should have had a tag out at third base. Here's Janet Johns, hit by a pitch in the second. This is outside. Day's pitch count approaching 75 in the 3rd inning. Swing and miss.
Do not see this off speed very much coming from Morgan Day, and this is picture perfect. I mean, watch it out of the hand, the spin, and then it just that drop, just enough off of it to get the miss.
Day trying to work out of this bases loaded jam and limit the damage. Jans fights off another. This is a late 2-2.
Miss too from Morgan Day. We haven't seen her throw it a lot over the plate. That one was. In fact, Janet Johns is a little ahead of it. Otherwise, she would have knocked that into Stillwater.
Day has battled.
Full count. That was close.
That's that curveball away. She's been working underneath the hands, a little bit of off. Curve on the outside corner.
In conversation now with Morgan Day. Jana Johns has now seen Open Oklahoma line a win at 7-1. And here is Jana Johns. Full count, 2 out. Protected it up and out. She has been a souvenir machine with all these foul balls.
They're going to get the t-shirt machine out there and you're shooting them all into the stands. Who wants one? Jana Johns comes
That's
up to bat.
Jana.
Everyone's on their feet. I like a ball. Hit me a ball.
Check to protect. And live to see another pitch.
That's tough to do. I mean, we've seen her battle off the screwball into the hands, the rise ball, honestly, up at the eyeballs. And that last one, the changeup, down in the zone, just enough. Keep wasting the pitches until she can get one she can drive.
Another one into the crowd.
Kind of feels like the game. It's interesting. It's the bottom of the third. It's 1-0. There's so much left to play, but this feels like the game right here.
Ball four to walk in Alo. 2-0. Second night in a row that Jana Johns has just had a fabulous at-bat.
Not always the home runs that you circle. It can be a double-digit pitch at bat that you walk, score a run, but more importantly, extend an inning where a pitcher has been working and working and working.
It is their third RBI walk in the last 6 innings for the Sooners. Here's Kinzie Hansen. First pitch, swinging, base hit. A gapper out in left center. 1 run is in, 2 are in. The play at the plate and the throw not in time as Jana Johns wheels around from first. And a huge weight lifted for Kinzie Hansen as she drives in 3.
Well, this is just knowing that Morgan Day threw a lot of pitches to her teammate Jana Johns. She's first pitch swinging on a rise ball up in the zone. She just connects with that. She's early, drives it into the gap with all that power. It's going to make it all the way to the wall. And with 2 outs, Oklahoma running on contact. A big 3 RBI double for Kinzie Hansen.
Look at the emotion. I mean, this team, yes, they have only lost 1 game, the amount of runs they've put on, the dominance we've talked about offensively, but every single hit, every walk, every time they were successful, it's not 1 or 2, it's the dugout, it's everyone. The fire, the passion. It's what makes the game great, and they're not afraid to show it.
And for Hansen, who had just 1 hit in the last 10 games, she delivers the second time through the lineup. A game changer this evening for Oklahoma. And Riley Boone is the 9th to the plate. Brito with an RBI single, Johns the RBI walk, and Kinzie Hansen a 3-run double for a 5-0 lead. On a night here in Norman when they are trying to win to secure a 10th consecutive Big 12 championship. Three hits, a couple of walks. That communication breakdown at third base for OSU, all contributing to a big inning.
Well, and if you look, you know, that Oklahoma State's trying to get a fourth out of the inning. Same thing if you go back to last night's scorecard in the third inning and the fourth inning when Oklahoma put those big numbers up on the board. They gave them 4 outs in that inning.
Day gets the strikeout of Boone to end the inning, but all 9 come to the plate for the Sooners, and they put up a crooked number.
That has been huge for them. And I've been there. It's just an exhale. Like, you put so much pressure on yourself, the expectations in a lineup like this when you're trying to battle to get back in.
Pennington, Cottrell, and Factor will try and get the Cowgirls back into this one.
Yeah, Justin, to your point, you know, you have a successful year, you feel like you have to go out and you have to be bigger and better year after year, and it can be tough at times on these athletes.
In foul territory, Johns lunges, can't quite get there.
I like the effort.
Little spider woman trying to climb the fence there.
She's got my MVP so far in the series. The bats, the walks, and then here, just the hustle. Knowing where she's at, home field, split in two, the coach, the umpire, and then the reach. Almost got it.
1-2 from Hope Troutwine. Right back at it. One down. The WNBA 26th season is kicking off this weekend, and we've got coverage for you tomorrow night on ESPN in prime time. It's the Sun and the Liberty coming your way. Big welcome back to the league for Becky Hammon, the new head coach of the Las Vegas Aces. And hopefully real soon, welcome back for Brittany Griner, who still is in detention in Russia, where she had been playing in the offseason. Our thoughts are certainly with Brittany, and hopefully she can get home soon. The NBA teams will be honoring her. The number 42 will be on the courts league-wide. Julia Cottrell will fly out to center back in the first. Back to your point, too, with Hanson, it speaks to the depth, right, that the Sooners have again this season. But it also is an issue that everybody around the country is dealing with the bigger rosters. You have a lot of people still using that COVID season. You have freshmen new on campus that are pushing for playing time. And it's a real big job for coaches like Patty and Kenny and everybody else around the country to manage their rosters.
Competition that exists between your roster to keep players happy, knowing that the transfer portal is so easy to jump into.
To Cottrell. Jennings, after they threatened in both the first and the second inning, Troutwine has now retired 8 straight and has settled in nicely here.
Troutwine's done a better job of working from ahead.
Lions down on one knee with a backhand, and it's back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings to the bottom of the fourth, and a 5-0 OU lead.
Cannot give him an action out, and that's what happened last inning.
So they had a couple of chances to run rule it last night and missed out. Can they end it early and put OSU in jeopardy tonight? All 9 came to the plate in that 3rd inning, so it's back to the top of the order in Jada Coleman. Again, 46-1 on the season, 35 of those wins run rules. And it's remarkable when you think about it. Patty Gasso talked about it. They have essentially lost 66 innings of playing time because they've been so dominant and games have ended prematurely. That's almost 10 games.
Well, and for their offense, it really hasn't hurt them because a lot of times in a run rule game, you're going to get your 3 or 4 at-bats within those 5 innings. Where it's really hurt them is their pitching staff. It's about 3 games for each starter that they have missed. And then how about the ability or the staying power to be able to throw 5, 6, 7, 8 innings if need be?
Coleman skies it, controls, got it. 1 down.
I just feel like that's like a hashtag #1 team in the country problems.
Yeah.
It's been really hard.
Yep.
We run rule everyone, and so our pitchers don't get enough pitching time, and it's really been a problem. But they will need those pitchers come postseason.
All right, the buzz begins around Marita Hines Field every time Alo has the bat in hand, stepping into that batter's box. 1 for 2, Singleton scored in the 3rd. She's been on base 5 of the 6 times. Excuse me, 4 of the 6 times she's had a plate appearance. And off the ricochet, she'll be on base again. Pennington couldn't grab that one cleanly. Hard hit enough, they will score that one a single.
This is close to 80 miles an hour off the bat, exit velocity. We talked about Jocelyn Alo, the top on this team. They track that here at Oklahoma to be able to tell how hard their players are hitting it. So it's not always about the hits that you're getting or the average. See a pinch runner coming in for Alo. But that's what sets her apart to me, is that she's not only hitting it over the fence, but when she makes contact, she hits it harder than anyone else in the country. And those are the 2 devices right there. You're not going to see them at very many ballparks. You see it on the baseball side, but it helps them track the exit velocity, launch angle, and honestly, a lot of the pitch locations. It really breaks it down perfectly for them on these iPads so they can analyze.
There's Jennings, first pitch swinging. Alexander, 2 down. Sunday night, it's the Dodgers and the Cubs finishing up their series at Wrigley Field. Our coverage begins at 6 Eastern. Baseball tonight's Sunday night countdown. And then it's game time on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Baselines. The ground out and the pop out, looking for her first hit of the series. Trying to steal second, and they got her. 2 down, the top of the 5th. Oklahoma State needs to put the rally caps on. Otherwise, as it stands, the Sooners would win the series and win the Big 12 championship. An extraordinary run of success. In league play, they have won 74 of their last 76 games. They are undefeated in their last 65 series. That dates back to 2011. Brito in foul territory. Retires Evans 1-0. Trying to put the finishing touches on a 10th consecutive Big 12 championship. Big 12 tournament. We will have the final for you a week from tomorrow. It's all a part of our championship Saturday. Hanson into the middle. So next Saturday, our championships will start at 11 a.m. with the American final, followed by the ACC, the Big 12, and the SEC championship game in prime time next Saturday night. And then, of course, Selection Sunday, May 15th. We'll follow that 1-hour selection show with our 1-hour 7-inning podcast, Road to the Women's College World Series, AKA the After Party.
The After Party.
And we'll break all the brackets down for you. Hard to believe it's already upon us, but the mayhem is underway, ladies. Will both these teams be back at the World Series again? Each been there the last couple of seasons. Oklahoma actually beat Oklahoma State at the World Series back in 2019 on a winner's bracket Friday night. Speaking of Bedlam, how much fun is it for the fans of these two programs to be able to just head on up or head on down to Hall of Fame Stadium and pack the house and get a little crazy?
Oh, there's always a great buzz when both these programs are in Oklahoma City. The new deck.
Will Busby with some fight here?
I can remember back, so old, but playing in 2000, the Women's College World Series, the first time Oklahoma won that national championship, how it just changed this entire state, how they viewed softball, prioritized the young girls that were there. Have now come through both of these schools.
Slow roller to first. Snow will make the tag, 2 outs. That was Jennifer Stewart dominating in the circle in 2000. And at a time when the World Series was all about Arizona and UCLA back in those days, Lisa Carey, with a game-winning home run to beat Arizona in the semis, and then a game-winning home run to beat UCLA for the national championship, back when it was just a one-game final. And that's what started it all here in Norman. They're getting set to break ground later this year on their new Loves Field, which will be a state-of-the-art program facility. And the new home for the Sooners in 2024. The house that Patty built. And Kaylani, and the gas can, and the 2 pages, and Shay, and Lauren Chamberlain, and Sid Romero, and Jocelyn Allo. Troutman has now set down 11 straight. She got Alexander to ground out to short back in the second. Really good drag bunter. 3-1. Obviously with the bagel on the scoreboard for Troutline, who is flirting with the best single-season ERA in history. Has still not given up on earned run. Just one all season, but hasn't given one up since February. Alexander draws the walk here with 2 outs. Little pass the bat to the top.
Just the second walk of the game. Given up by Troutline. Well, and that's one of the reasons why she has been efficient with getting the outs and keeping the runs off the board, is that she doesn't always hurt herself. Those free passes, keeps the ball in the yard.
Shout out to Jacqueline Bicar at Long Beach State. That is the only player. It was a home run ball, by the way. The only earned run all season attached to Hope Troutwine's name.
And that really is amazing, because when you look at the scouting report on Troutwine, she's more upper half of the zone, which typically means you're going to, exactly, you're going to be launched from high to high or out of the yard, but she has done a great job of keeping the ball inside the walls.
Only 0 for 2. This is the second game in a row she's been in the leadoff. It's 0 for 5 for the series with 5 ground outs. And she's pulled all of those to the left side. A little trouble with high ball counts earlier in the game, and now that's returned a little bit. 7 of the last 8 pitches have been balls.
Well, it's Oklahoma State laying off the rise ball, too. And Troutwine was going up there. She was getting some chase the last couple innings, and now no chase, especially in this at-bat. Kylie Naomi.
Back-to-back freebies, 2 on with 2 outs for Caitlin Carwile. And the third time they have had a runner in scoring position, and some activity out in the bullpen. It's Nicole May, the righty sophomore, limbering up. Carlisle has struck out twice, swinging at a rise, looking at a screwball.
It's the same side of the plate we haven't seen called. Both sides now. Seen both pitchers show frustration on what they want to be called for a strike.
Flips the corner to him.
Oh, well, kind of that toe that she gets closed, that back foot, starts to point it towards the pitcher. She's had a hard time with inside pitches. She's done that to kind of open herself up to be able to get to that inside pitch that she's struggled with. And these Cowgirls try different stances, some different things to try to get the offense going.
Base hit. Rips that one through the right side. To the plate. Hanson applies the tag, and they got her on the throw from Riley Boone. Chelsea Alexander cut down at home. And I think there might be a challenge here. So Oklahoma State is challenging the call at the plate. Ruling on the field is the 3rd out of the inning. And there is no obstruction there.
Nope.
And is the tag in time? Hard to tell from that angle where the lead hand was on the slide. Here we go.
It's a good pick by Hansen.
I don't see any video proof there to change that call. Yep.
It's definitely close play. Hard to tell when she exactly tags her. You'd have to know.
Yeah, you almost wonder if she would have gone a little bit further away with her body.
Yeah, I'd have to say she's out. Yeah, to try to go gadget arm and come back and
go
get the plate.
Exactly, go behind the plate and come back to it.
Good job by Riley Moon getting rid of it, and a better job by Kinzie Hansen. It's so hard to put yourself in the shoes of a catcher when a runner is coming at you. You got to focus on not a great throw, pick it, tag, do all the things.
Well, and as it stands, in a 5-0 game, you send the runner with Miranda Ellis, your number 4 hitter, coming up with what would have been a bases-loaded situation. And the officials coming back in, and it is the 3rd out at home. 5-0 lead. Cowgirls need a big rally. Deep drive, back it goes, down the line and gone. Grace Lyons, the leadoff solo swat here in the bottom of the 5th.
We haven't seen a whole lot of first pitch swinging in this game, but when we have, this is the 2nd time. The first was the first RBI single, and this one, the biggest blast we've seen. Getting her barrel of the ball. Grace Lyons, who's been very quiet this series.
That's her first hit, in fact. And for Grace, her 18th home run of the year. Makes it a 6-0 game. Here's Alyssa Brito. 2 for 2, couple of singles, 1 drove in a run in that big 5-run 3rd inning.
Day comes right back to that inside corner. There's a screwball that Grace Lyons hit out. She comes right back to that inside pitch.
Throwing to a new catcher now behind the dish, Taylor Tuck. Brito. Evans going down. Looks like a pinch hitter coming up here. It's going to be Lindsay Elam for Taylor Snow. Elam was the starting catcher yesterday. She went 1 for 3. Singled and scored a run. 2 for 8 this year as a pinch hitter for Lindsay.
Nice to have 13 home runs on the bench. I mean, in this game to come out as a pinch hitter. Swinging for 14 right there.
I would imagine your plate discipline gets tested, right? In these types of situations, you're up big, you've already seen a teammate go yard.
It's easy to get amped up.
Yeah.
Want to be part of the party. You want to get in on it. Oh, we're doing a hit party starting in the 3rd inning? Like, sign me up.
Inside the bag throw. We talked about losing the innings to the run rules and how it may be affecting the pitching staff more. This is where it would affect some hitters, is the late game situations where somebody on your bench may get some pinch hit opportunities or a chance to get some time out in the field defensively. As the sun sets, beautiful day here in Norman, much nicer than yesterday. It was a little chilly and stormy. And a strikeout of Elam, 2 down.
Morgan Day going upstairs with the rise ball. Moved underneath the hands with the screwball, and then he's going to elevate this pitch up in the zone. It's got similar spin and rotation as the screwball. She just keeps it underneath, keeps her hand underneath that pitch a little bit longer and gets more up than run.
Here's Johnny Johns. Six runs on 6 hits for the Sooners. RBIs for Brito, Johns, Kinsey Hansen, a 3-run double, and now Grace Lyons here leading off the 5th with the solo home run. Out into the home run village. Fair ball, Pennington over the first. Side retired. One of the Sooners came to the plate. Had one more in the bottom of the 5th. So to the top of the 6th we go, and it's Miranda Ellish, 3, 4, 5. Top half of the 5th. Chelsea Alexander out at the plate on a terrific throw from Riley Boone out of right field to end the inning with Miranda Ellish on deck.
Would have been up with the bases loaded. Their best hitter is exactly who you want. Key moments of the game.
Ellish singled in the first, struck out in the 3rd.
I think she just stays too in the batter's box in between pitches. You don't see a lot of hitters do that.
Only an international ball. Where
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, they got to keep a foot in. Or it hits a foul ball.
Yeah. That, by the way, would be a massive game changer for college softball, college baseball, for Major League Baseball.
Oh, wow. Pace
Make
of
the
play.
hitters stay in the box, make the pitchers stay near the pitching rubber.
Jordy Ball will be in trouble.
You see that internationally, and it speeds up the game tremendously.
I'll still take our pace any day.
And the strikeout of Ellish. Hope Troutline gets another on the rise. Her 4th down.
Troutline just gets underneath this pitch. It's a rise ball, and she's not afraid to throw it down the middle, and that's almost what baits Miranda Ellish into swinging through that pitch.
Look at who she's flirting with right now. Tracy Compton of UCLA back in 1983 and 1985 with the single season, the top 2 marks
Okay, I'm
for
sorry.
ERA.
Though, like, ridiculous. And look at the era. 83, 84, all 4 except for Hope. All mid-80s.
And after having shown that and seeing what we've seen so far from Hope Troutline, she's going to come out. Standing ovation for Hope. departs with a 6-0 lead and a 3-hit shutout going. Crowd really appreciating the effort today of Hope Troutwine.
That was a cool moment. The senior who's taken a back seat, been a team player, a role player, for Patty Gasso to come out, have her be recognized here. Senior day and the curtain call.
They are working on their 28th shutout of the season. That is 60% of their wins
Talk about
without giving up a run.
talk about how good their offense is, right? The numbers scoring almost 10 runs a game, but their pitching, even if they only scored 3 or 4 runs a game, this is a pitching staff that would still be able to win the lion's share of their games.
And even if their pitchers didn't strike everyone out, their defense makes plays behind them.
2-strike count. Foul ball. And bring it back to the plate here. Reach for the rise. 2 down. Back to Hope Troutwine. And an outstanding pitching performance. Got a nice little curtain call from the home folks.
Look at the smile coming out at the dugout. I mean, just grinning ear to ear. You know, her family finding them in the stands.
Well, you're transferring from North Texas for a challenge like you got here today, and you come through. Has been a terrific addition this year to the Sooners. And a 1-2-3 inning, 6-0 Sooners. Hanson, Boone, and Coleman would be due up. Hanson, Evans under, 1 down. It's story time with Aunt Michelle, who actually played against Tracy Compton back in the day. You actually watched it growing up, right, Jess?
Yes.
And Karen Johns, who, if you're familiar with the Bear, Chris Felica on College Game Day, KJ is our bear up here in the booth. She actually caught for Tracy Compton on the breakettes.
Just the numbers are stupid back then. Are you kidding me? Like 0.04 point. I know. Was the ball white back then?
It was. Smitty can tell you all about the ball.
It was white ball with white seams.
How far was
40 feet.
Yeah.
And it was not light. This ball is lighter. This ball is lighter, and this ball is polychlor. The ball back, the white ball back, the Dudleys, back in the day were more of a cork ball.
Smush ball.
Oh, it's an amazing arms under Sharon Backus, and this is what Hope Troutwine is chasing. Single season all-time record. Hope has only allowed 1 earned run this season. Tracy Compton has the 2 best marks in 83 and 85. Pinch hitter here is Grace Green. Karen John says it was the rise ball that would get you with Tracy Compton, so you probably just would have fared well against that.
And our sister Heather Compton had a good drop ball. Rise ball.
Those were back in the days, just after Debbie Doon. Or actually around Debbie Doon time.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Debbie was on her way to winning 3 national championship games. Only starting pitcher to ever do that. We're celebrating the 40th anniversary of the World Series this year, by the way. Two to green. Two down. Factor, Evans, and Busby would be due up in the 7th for Oklahoma State. Looking for one last chance to rally and keep their hopes alive of winning their first Big 12 championship. These two started out even at the top of the standings 48 hours ago. Oklahoma a winner in game 1 last night, trying to lock down game 2 for the title. Coleman 0 for 2 with a walk. I think just about everybody in the house is rooting for Jada to get on so Allo can come back to the plate again. Here in front of the home folks in Norman. Probably not that guy in orange back there, but the subtle little tweaks that Patty Gasso continues to make in season, adjust and adapt. It was Tiare Jennings, right, in the leadoff most of last year. And now Jada in the last couple of weeks. They put Jennings behind Allo in the 3 spot.
Well, Jennings has a lot of power, so it fits the bill. And Coleman has a lot of energy.
We always talk about the spark plug at the top of the lineup. It doesn't get more energetic than what Jada Coleman brings. We've seen this series too, the emotion and the fist pumps.
She has scored a run, by the way, now in 13 straight games. You can't ask for much more out of your leadoff. Get on, get around, get in. Gonna have to hustle Naomi, not in time, and Jocelyn Allo will get another AB.
Really Busby disagreed. Thought she was out, but that's part of why Jada Coleman's on the top of this lineup. She can slap. We talk about her power, her eye, all the things, and she'll show the short game every now and then. That's what she was doing in that last one.
Two for 3, a couple of singles, a run scored in that big 3rd inning. A bop here would end it. Averaging a home run about every 6 at-bats in her career. Jammed her, pops it up. Cowgirls will have one more chance, week 7. 6, 7, and 8 are coming up. One over to Cheyenne Factor. Looking for their 28th shutout of the season. Grace Lyons hit their 122nd home run of the year tonight. Alyssa Brito, Janet Johns, Kinsey Hansen all driving in runs as well. Hope Troutwine spun a gem in 6 innings of work this evening. Jander, Snow's got it, 1 down. WNBA season underway. And tomorrow on ESPN and on the app, the tip-off weekend continues. Our featured matchup, the Sun and the Liberty. Coverage begins tomorrow night, 6 Eastern on ESPN.
Holly Rowe working double coverage, doing our game last night, headed to New York. Covered the opening of WNBA.
We are back here tomorrow night for Game 3 of Bedlam on ESPNU. Watch a little softball over the weekend when we get home, and then it's into championship week. This Sunday is 1 week away from Selection Sunday.
And in between, if you haven't done it yet, check out the 7 Innings podcast from this week. It is the best yet. The mental health conversation, tremendously covered. Mike Candrea paid a visit.
Yeah. And it's good to hear from Coach. Big question for the Big 12. How many teams are going to get in beyond these 2 in Texas? Baylor maybe with a shot? I think the Big 10 will be better represented this year. Remember, they played the limited schedule, only played conference games last year, only got 3 teams in. They should probably double that at least.
Yeah. ACC, that'll be an interesting one.
Yes.
ACC, how many seeds do they get? They get
Seeds
4.
and, 16, 17.
There could be really good teams on the road this year, too.
It's always fun to play at home, but there's going to be some good teams coming into your backyard.
Evans draws the walk. Big series on the West Coast gets underway tonight. Arizona State hosting UCLA. Could decide the Pac-12 regular season championship. Washington has still got an outside shot at it.
It's going to be some home runs, although UCLA, they're pitching the biggest strength. ASU, the bats. Who wins it, Smitty? Come on, bats versus pitchers. That's what that series lines up to be.
Another one to watch for. Can UCF be this year's JMU? They have a chance to host. If they finish strong, they will be playing for the American Championship this weekend at Wichita State.
Cindy Ball Malone, awesome job with that program.
Yeah, she talked about it. She said, hey, I'm making a schedule so that we have the opportunity to host.
Started in Clearwater, Smitty, with the Smitty Invitational. The St. Pete Clearwater Elite Invitational. The Smitty Ditty, that's what it was.
That's
the Smitty Ditty.
Yeah, 16 great teams playing ball in February in Clearwater.
Yes.
Can't beat that.
We'll be back there next year. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise.
Florida State, UCLA,
That was our highest rated regular season game of the year. Last night, almost matched it. We've had terrific ratings again. Thanks so much to all the fans out there checking us out on a nightly basis. Ball gets a strikeout, 2 down. And the Sooners are an out away from a Big 12 title. Got her with the rise ball, her second K. Chelsea Alexander with 2 outs and Evans at first. Evans down to second.
It's a good example, too. Leadership. Kinsey Hansen taking the freshman. It's a 6-0 lead. You're pretty much got this game won, and yet she calls timeout to talk to the freshman, to calm her down. We've seen 2 pitches way out of the zone. Doesn't matter the score, you're still working.
And to your point, Jess, her rise ball just amped up in the moment, wants to get the final out of the game, overthrowing a little bit. And sometimes as a pitcher you don't realize that. It's important for your battery mate to come out and calm you down, give you a little advice.
Because Cody Paul, all the recognition, how much we've seen her throughout the season, you forget she's a freshman. And this is the first series against Oklahoma State, first time in Bedlam, the emotion, the sold-out crowd, all of it.
Walker. Second free pass, and it's the top of the order. And the Cowgirls with 2 outs trying to get something cooking.
Kind of how the beginning of this game went. We saw the first 2 innings. The Cowgirls doing a nice job getting runners in scoring position, getting on base, unable to score the run. And it was quiet for innings 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Kyla Naomi 0 for 2 with a walk. And Rocha wants to talk to the youngsters, some smiles. Hey, Sunday night, the Dodgers and Cubs will wrap up their series at Wrigley. Our coverage begins at 6 Eastern with baseball. Tonight's Sunday Night Countdown, also available on ESPN Deportes and ESPN Radio.
Owen's been calling some Cubs games this year.
A lot of fun.
What are those extra 2 innings like?
More baseball.
Alrighty.
That's a good thing.
It's
More pitchers.
It's 6 more outs.
More pitchers.
I wish it was old styles and brats, but not in the booth.
In the outfield at Wrigley. Good time.
You've been out there. With the beer
Stadium.
snakes.
Should be a good crowd bringing in the Dodgers.
Oh, yeah.
They good.
That West, again, is just tearing it up. I think everybody's above 500. Here's the 1-1. In foul territory. Riley Boone's got it. And for the 10th year in a row, the Oklahoma Sooners are your Big 12 regular season champions. Bedlam belongs to Oklahoma as they win the series, taking games 1 and 2.
How about the 3rd inning? Both of these games, the amount of runs that were put on, 4 runs yesterday, 5 runs in this 3rd inning. See the base runners that have gone on. The home run was the big hit yesterday. Today was Kinsey Hansen, that huge bases clearing double.
Yeah, it's a second time through the lineup, and if you go back to the big innings, both yesterday and today, Oklahoma State had a chance to get out of each of those innings, and defensive miscues or mental errors really exacerbated the damage that the Sooners did, giving them 4 outs, putting up lots of runs on the board.
Could we see Miranda Elish in the circle tomorrow? Big question.
Something to look forward to. Cowgirls still with plenty to play for as they try and secure a top 8 seed, and a win tomorrow would be huge for them. And try and end the drought here in Norman, which dates back to 1997. Congratulations to the Oklahoma Sooners. They improved to 47-1. And the top-ranked team in the country wins the Big 12. They join Virginia Tech out of the ACC, Arkansas out of the SEC. They've got a share of it. And here comes the hardware. And that is, that's the Bedlam Trophy there on the right, and there is the Big 12 Championship Trophy as well. The celebration underway in Norman. Sooners win Bedlam and win the Big 12 Championship. I'm Beth Mowins along with Jessica Mendoza and Michelle Smith. KJ with us in the booth. Game 3 coming your way tomorrow night.